Hello, Bill, this is Power here with a review of the Kamen Rider Zero-One DX A.I.M.S Shotriser. This is the second belt to get released out of the line, so that's kind of Zero-One's gimmick. We're just giving people belts. But this isn't a driver, this is a riser specifically. This case, obviously implied by the name, this is from A.I.M.S, the A.I.M.S squad. As we can see probably here, Kamen Rider Vulcan, the secondary rider of Zero-One. As you can see here, the Shotriser, and then the Shooting Wolf PowerRider key. A.I.M.S. Vulcan Shooting Wolf. All functionality. Next review. Nice shot of Vulcan. And another look of him down there. And one thing I actually forgot to note here is that this caution is actually in English, which is pretty interesting. I'm pretty sure it's not any lead-ins to anything localization, because Team Rider has not said anything about localizing any Zero-One stuff, but let's just get on with this. So here's everything that comes within the Shotriser itself. So we got the PowerRider key, which we'll look at later. We got the Shotriser itself, but let's take a look at most of these other components first. So here we have the buckle for the Shotriser, which is very basic and such, but I do really like this overall, of just how it's a really simple buckle. And obviously this is where you're going to slot the Shotriser in, and then you have these like bolts and such. I like how technical it looks. And obviously the trans stamp and such. But obviously, as you can see here, this is not the typical driver belt. This is like Sentai buckle and like Bugster buckle-esque. So that's actually kind of nice of seeing back, because then we got these straps that obviously are not like any other. While they are in the quality of like typical rider straps, they obviously don't have the clips and such. So what you just saw was the left, this one's the right. And here's the belt buckle, which is just from the Sengoku driver. So now how do you apply this? Like so, is that you just slide the left side like so up to that point, and then you take the right one marked in R, and then you slide it under here. And this is where it gets tricky. You have to like slide it in and then like clip the two of them like so, and then take your belt buckle into whatever side, and then just simply clip the two like a normal rider belt. And now you got the buckle of the Shotriser, which I actually do enjoy overall. So if I do get the Shotriser out, or back again like so, you just slide it in like so, and yeah, that's generally it. However, for the sake of time, I'm actually gonna not keep this buckle, just because I don't like straining my straps around, and then because of the fact you can't just simply move this all in one. So we're gonna need this later. So here's just the Shotriser with the buckle. This is what we're mostly gonna get. So anyways, here's the Shotriser itself, and obviously we're back to just a gun changer for rider. Like that's actually used for riders, because the last Rider was technically DN, but obviously unlike DN, this is actually, again, trying to implement the belt part, so... overall, the Shotriser is actually a pretty decent size. It might seem tiny, but I actually kind of appreciate its size, and I'm obviously holding it in the wrong hand just because of how, for review sakes, but technically you're supposed to be using your left hand, or in my case, this is my right hand, but, so this is the perspective of the Shotriser. Again, just like the Orbring Neo, this normally what looks like black plastic is shown as like really brown, or it might be gunmetal, honestly. But yeah, I also apologize for the perspectives too, just because of how far things could be and such. But then, so as you can see, the metallic blue shine that the Shotriser gives off, which is mostly based off of Vulcan's colors, but I just really like this overall. And then you get the red line, metallic line here. You get the barrels here. I don't know if this one's technically a barrel or a secondary one, but this is obviously the main one. So then you get the trigger, which is just gray. And then the back isn't really much. Again, this is the part you slide in for the buckle that I've been doing for so long. And then the speaker here, on-off switch, and then we get this switch which basically gets pressed whenever it just indicates whether or not this is inserted. And I don't know, just the satisfaction of inserting this is just, it's just fun. So we turn it on like so, and then obviously this is ejection for PowerRider keys. If we turn it on like so, get a white LED and announcing itself, and if we just press the trigger, we just get some firing sounds. The light might be blocking this, but so we just get some basic firing sounds until we slot this in, where it does light up again. Or actually, in this case, I don't think it does. But so in its buckle mode, nothing changes. You can still fire. But yeah, there's nothing really much you can do without the progress key. So let's get onto that. So here's the Shooting Wolf progress key, Vulcan's main progress key. As you can see here, this is in a different shade of blue than the actual Shotriser, because this one's more like a deep sky blue, as I want to describe it. As you can see here, or read here, Shooting Wolf, ability bullet. There's the wolf. Nothing much. This one is 002 to the Bootaba Gamba QR code. The pin set, not pin sets, the buttons it presses. Here's the wolf skeleton. There's the actual wolf logo. Here it is all together. And yeah. Okay, so now we're ready to transform with the Shotriser. So obviously you want to activate the PowerRider key. And for Vulcan's case, we're going to open it. And then we're just going to insert it like so. So you get this standby until you press the trigger. So there we get the transformation of Kamen Rider Vulcan Shooting Wolf. As you can tell already, the process is different because the transformation is now just cut up to the announcement of the progress key, but we still have the text-to-speech announcement at the end with the armor building up, which is, I do really appreciate that. As you can hear too, when you insert it, it does say authorized, but I was struggling with it, and I was already trying to read it, because the way this works is because of this speaker, so that's why it's placed here. So if we just press the trigger, we just get firing sounds, but nothing to the progress key. That's until we press the button up here to do the finisher. So we get this standby, which is actually coming from the progress key itself. So press the trigger. So we get the shooting blast. And I just want to mention this too. The Shotriser actually has specifically cut spaces for the sound of the progress key to come through, which I do really think is neat. So obviously there's one more finisher, which involves us using the buckle. If I can actually insert it. So again, if we just shoot, we're going to get something because it's actually not going to trigger as normal. So again, activate the finisher again. And press. So now with the buckle we get shooting blast fever, which the fever portion actually comes from the Shotriser itself, which is really neat. So to eject the progress key, press this here and just pull it like so. And that's it for Shooting Wolf. Now obviously we have two progress keys that we previously covered, so let's quickly cover those ones. So here's Rising Hopper. So as you can tell, like, transformations are different, which I already mentioned. And then again, finishers are activated the same way. So that's basically it. You can do the Fever too, but I'll show that with Falcon, just for time's sakes. I only did Rising Hopper specifically for this one because of concept. So then I'm going to move the camera down here because of... I'm going to show that you can also transform with the buckle because next review.
Shotriser. Flying Falcon. Spread your wings and prepare for a force.
So when you're transforming, nothing changes if it's in, like, if it's in the buckle or not. So yeah, that's really it for these two progress keys. Now let's check out Shooting Wolf in the Zero-One driver. Okay, so here we have the Zero-One driver. Obviously, same process. Authorize it. So there we have the full transformation of Shooting Wolf, which, again, just like Rising Hopper, it's half like Japanese, half English because it's like something wispy. So, again, finisher. And then for our progress finishers, I'm going to use Falcon again because technically he was not supposed to be used in the first video. say. By the way, obviously all the forms in here are Zero-One ordinated unless something occurs later. So that's really it. The Shotriser overall, and I'll just say this right now, but I prefer this one. This is my favorite out of the main three belts we're getting, just because I think the Shotriser is a nice balance between the Zero-One driver and our third one we're going to cover, because just sound-wise, I think it's just the best balance. And also, I think this one has a lot more, excuse me, it has a lot more playability, because it can be a weapon and a changer. So I think that's what makes this one more fun. And also, it probably just has my favorite, it's just my favorite sound-wise and such. But, obviously, if you want the DX version of the ProRider key, then go ahead with this. But, honestly, like, I can't really nitpick this one a lot. Honestly, I did have, like, my first one I did have, like, a huge issue with, because, the trigger stopped being responsive after I was trying to mimic the Zero-One sounds. But, because this is my second one. So I guess how I should talk about this is basically, the way this works is that the trigger, like, has a peg coming out, because there's already a peg in there. And then, obviously, this works just because there's a button in there. So it's, obviously, this is less complicated than the Zero-One driver, but at the same time, I just think this one's a overall, like, nice in between, and I don't know, there's not a lot for me to talk about, just because, like, I don't really find any issues with this toy. So that's basically it for this review. So this is PowerRider, and I'll leave people. Bye.